Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but is it enough? It's a drag race to the finish. Goldberg goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV on the broadcast tonight. It is the High Point Racing Series, the GT Challenge from IMOLA. It's going to be a fun one. A 3-mile course has some very, very fun chicanes for what we've been watching during practice and the better part of qualifying. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. I have two people that I'm about to introduce you to. Two, that is right. Not just Joe Hutchings. Hi, Joe.
Buongiorno.
But returning to the channel, making his triumphant return, the gladiator himself, Mike Campigio.
Joe, AJ, glad to be back. Looking forward to some road racing action here tonight. So I'm glad to be back. Heard a lot of good things about this series so far, so I'm looking forward to it, boys.
Dude, I've been looking forward to this once your schedule opened back up. You have no idea, and the people watching at home and the drivers and crew members that come back and watch this are gonna see the mind of the crew chief, Mike Campigio, throughout these broadcasts, and not the crew chief that sleeps for about 8 hours during a Daytona 24. Sorry, I had to bring that back up.
Ouch.
Ouch. That was 2 years ago.
Has it really been that long ago?
It's been about 2 years.
Oh boy, I didn't think it was that long ago. But we're in Italy, my homeland. I saw
my homeland too.
I saw the family. It was about a 7-hour drive, but we took the train about 4.5 hours. Yeah, this is a fun racetrack, not just for watching these guys during practice. I have a lot of fun playing it on the F1 game. I do like Monza a little bit better, but Imola with the chicanes and the really, really high speed first chicane, I think is where we're going to see a lot, especially on the first lap, a lot of chaos go into it. But Joe, let me get your input on this, as I'm going to bring up the weather. With how fast this racetrack is going to be, the track is 100 degrees, the track temperature. With cold tires,
They're gonna be slipping and sliding all over the place. You better hope you got your traction control turned up in these cars until you get some temperature in the tires, and have fun with those fronts.
There's the starting lineup with the GT4s. Lance Campbell, your pole sitter. Ryan Serlich sitting outside pole with the GT4s. Jumping up to the GT3 Pro-Ams. Jed Cotterman, Brian Scott, Michael Caffrey, and Kenneth Clogden. Your top four with Chet Miller, the top five in the GT3 amateurs. And then taking a look with the GT3 Pro drivers, Daniel Pino, Avery Hart, Lakin Shaw, and Steven Smith with Nate Bigart, your top five, as we are having drivers grid. This is going to be a fun one. Mike, Joe, we got the short, very short pace lap in front of us. Mike, I know you're somewhat of an F1 fan, just like myself and Joe. What are you kind of expecting tonight? You know, not knowing these drivers, but knowing the somewhat of the racetrack and being in one of these GT3 or GT4 cars in the past. What are you kind of expecting?
Boy, AJ, I'll tell you one thing. I kind of agree with Joe. With the track temperature where it's at, you're going to be slip sliding around. You're going to have to take care of those tires, especially the front tires on these machines. And those chicanes, I think we're going to see a lot of action in those chicanes, especially the front one that you mentioned. But this IMOLA is a very fun track. To me personally, it's a lot of fun. I like watching the F1 races here when they're here, and I think these guys are going to put on a good show. Although I do agree, Monza, in my opinion, is a little bit better. But IMOLA will still put on a show, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It looks like with IMOLA, we might not be seeing them back on next year's F1 schedule. Hopefully they're back at some point, because I do love how they I love how Italy gets those two races, and they always put on a good show here. As you see, the drivers are starting to move. The classes are starting to separate with just a couple of turns before that iRacing official Porsche pace car gets into pit road, and we're going to send all these GT3s and GT4s flying down into that turn one. Glad you all are here. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. We've got a lot of stuff going on here on the channel of All-Star 15 TV. We've grown 79 people in the last 28 days, which is absolutely disgusting. But I love every second of it.
Good pace for us.
But here we go. There goes the iRacing official pace car off the racetrack, giving it to Barney the Flagman. He's made the trip. We've made the trip. Waiting
I still
for
have
the
jet
green
lag.
flag. They've passed Barney the Flagman, and there it is. Green flag is in the air.
Wow. Very late.
Here come the GT4s. The GT3s are into the chicane as they stay side by side. Holy cow, didn't think it was possible, but they make it happen.
Oh, we got trouble.
Steven Smith in the 169, he ends up going around. There's the 169, gets through the chicane, and just loses it on the kink.
Oh.
Looks like he clips Christopher
There's another
McCoy.
spinner.
Avery Hart now with an issue.
Oh, we got more trouble.
Ooh. 119's around.
119, yep.
A chaotic first lap. We'll get to it.
Yikes. Lots of action today.
Lance Campbell, who was the pole sitter in the GT4s.
He's gonna get a little bit of a bump.
A little bit of a Pat McAfee going into the hairpin.
Oh, we
The
got
uphill
Connor
hairpin.
Morris. Connor Morris, the 89's in the gravel. He's trying to get back on track. He got on safely again, but he was in the gravel in that 89 machine.
Oh, looks like we have an issue with Michael Caffrey. The 77 GT3 amateur, but he's gonna just pull over and jump to pit road.
75 has hit the guardrail here on the front straightaway. Liam Habul.
There's a Super Mario Brothers car in here, and it just spun too.
I hate that Connor went off the racetrack, but I love his paint scheme being the New England Patriots.
Oh, we got more
Boo.
trouble. Lance Campbell, the 119, is around.
Again.
We're going
Again.
through the field here. Here is Liam Habul.
Ooh.
Lance Campbell. Oh, he's getting a little bit of a door check and a spin.
Oh, he got a
As
red
he
hook
gets
on that
on-
one, too.
As he gets back on the front straightaway. Now let's hit the live button and see what we have. Daniel Pino, GT3 Pro. Almost a 2-second lead over Lincoln Shaw. Your GT3 amateurs, Jed Cotterman, is gonna...
Oh,
Evans around.
he's spinning.
Can he safely rejoin us? He is falling down the leaderboard.
Hashtag chaos.
Yes, that is definitely right, Joe.
I like how
Hashtag
we
chaos
clicked
so
on him
far.
and he immediately, on the downhill,
We're not counting that for broadcaster jinx, right?
I hope not.
We got the 49, Jim Peel. He's in the wall.
In a Ford Mustang. Oh,
Nice
boys,
save,
you
though.
weren't kidding. You said it was going to be hot and slick, and they are showing it. It is very hot and slick. Brian Scott, now your GT3 Pro-Am leader over Kenneth Clogden, last week's winner, by almost 4.5 seconds. Then Ryan Serlich over Cole Malley by almost 1.5 seconds in the GT4s.
Tell you one thing, guys. I've noticed here a lot of these guys are going over the rumble strips. They're being very aggressive in some of these turns, trying to get all they can get.
David Steiner in the GT3 Pros. There he is on your screen in the Monster 63 BMW. So far, absolutely killing it. Was up 3 spots. Gets passed by Nathan Bigart, as you saw on your screen.
Oh, trouble! We got the 617.
Christopher Coy has backed it into the wall.
He's around in the gravel.
Oh God.
Oh,
Nails the
cleared his
12.
clock.
Yeah, he did. He cleared his clock all
That's
right.
Ty Baxter. What happened?
And Ty had no idea that was coming, too.
Oh, he just got in there way too hot. Both drivers able to keep going, and they lose 2 spots for Baxter and 4 spots in class for Christopher with that issue. As Ty gets by Avery Hart now. And if you're Avery Hart, you started 3rd in class. You're all the way back to 9th in class. And almost 30 seconds behind the race leader. Now lot of catching up to do, and this isn't that long of a race. You're looking at about a minute 42, 43 for the GT3s a lap, and a minute 52 to a minute 55 for the GT4s. You're gonna really chew up a lot of time throughout this race. 32-ish laps I'm looking at for these drivers.
Yeah, about 32.
Anywhere from 32 to it looks like 38, depending on how the tire deck is gonna take advantage. But Daniel Pino, a great lap last time by, fastest on the track, a 1:42.19. Lakin Shaw also with a pretty good never mind, it's a 1:41.93. Pino is getting faster and faster, almost a full second faster than the next driver behind them. Some battles on the racetrack in the 72 GT3 Pro-Am. John Weinreich has Jacob Cotterman, our week 1 at Sebring winner, just about 3/10 behind in John's Mario. God, is it a Mario car? I hope he doesn't get a blue shell, because I don't know if that would go after Brian Scott, the class leader, or the overall leader.
Maybe he's got
a bunch of power-ups on the side of this car.
I was gonna say, maybe he's got a banana peel that he's gonna shoot out too.
Well, he's definitely shooting fireballs off the tailpipe. No, it's more like slap.
But he's in a really good spot to gain some positions. He's got Philip Caffrey in front of him and Mark Osler, all within a second in front of him. But he does have Jacob Cotterman 3/10 back, and Cotterman right to the back bumper of that Porsche.
Off topic, I know, but what's your guys' favorite Mario Kart game?
Double Dash.
Oh, you and me both. Double Dash was the stuff.
Me and my brother would just kick some butt in Double Dash.
I'm not a Mario Kart fan because everybody beats me.
That's just sad.
But I beat everybody in iRacing, so you know.
Yeah. Look at them go. They just got by Steven Smith, and they made it look easy. Dropping back into the GT4s, the 33 of Cameron Kilma and James. I was saying it right last week.
Which one?
The 87. Langevin?
80.
Langevin? I know Cameron's in Taco Bell. That's something we have every week. Which, speaking of that, I kind of want Taco Bell right now. But they don't have any of those over here.
Langevin?
Well, Cameron, he's +4. James is +2. They're all making their way to try to close down Ryan Serlich. But Serlich's doing himself the biggest favor and running almost qualifying laps to what he had in qualifying. Him and Cole Malley are just absolutely killing it lap time wise. But you also got to throw in there, with that speed, are you burning up the tires? You have to make them last. And we've seen drivers earlier, the first 2 races of the season, maybe not take tires, maybe just take the fuel that you need and go to the finish. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that here with how hot the racetrack is here at IMOLA.
I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
Would
little bit
not
early
risk
to risk it. Yeah, a little bit early to risk it, in my opinion, too.
Oh, and there goes Cameron.
Yep, he's
Yo
off.
quiero Taco Bell.
Taco Bell hit the runoff into the gravel trap, able to keep
He's just living Moss.
the Mercedes going, and doesn't get beached. But he's going to give up 3 positions to Langevin, Miller, and Nas.
Do you find it ironic that it's a Taco Bell Mercedes at Imola, where
Yeah.
Italians are like renowned for their food?
I was gonna say we get the freshest quality over here in the motherland.
I mean, I was more thinking, I'm surprised there's not like an Olive Garden just to.
Oh, don't assault Italian food that way. Come on.
Hey,
Nah,
a couple weekends ago, I made 146 jars of sauce.
and I didn't get one.
And I didn't get one either.
I'm not shipping those. Those are like gold. Smith, Jacob Cotterman, Weinrench, all under a blanket here.
Fine.
John is very much trying to get by Jacob Cotterman.
This is a big old battle right here.
Looking for a hole as they get on the front stretch.
It looks like the 13's damaged in the back. It looks like the rear splitter's pushed up a little bit. Oh, blinker. Maybe? Just on my screen?
Hope we're not losing you, Joe.
Nope. Nope. Uh-oh. We got a drifter.
Well, we also have a battle for P2 overall. Lincoln Shaw and Nathan Bigart, half a second separate the two of them. Bigart, fastest lap of the race last time by a 141.90. Once those tires got warm, he is really starting to put down the pressure here.
Yeah, Lamborghini's taking it to those, there's a Mustang and a Mustang up front, right?
Mustang, Lamborghini, BMW, McLaren, your top 5.
Come on, tractor, let's go. I mean, so is the Fords, but, you know, if you know, you know.
Jump on board with Nathan Bigart for a lap to see how he gets around Imola, as Shaw has put on a good lap. Very, very slow chicane, moving into the second chicane. Oh, and there goes Taco Bell once again. Up through the hairpin.
He's just living Moss.
This is where Bigart is really good.
Oh, 17 just went off track. Did you catch that, AJ?
Yes. We're currently watching Nathan Bigart try to get through some of the GT4 traffic before Lincoln Shaw starts pulling away once again, as we are going to check with the 17. Mark Ozer. Oh, he's going to get punted by the 48.
It looks like he got assistance on that one.
Jacob Cotterman, Pat McAfee's mark. Ooh, he almost got another one from the 12. Let's see the 776 and then the 7 of Jed Cotterman trying to make his way back up to the front. of the GT3 Pro-Am. Take a look at Daniel Nass. You could see him in the 95. Has Langevin in front of him, and he also has then Ryan Miller right behind him. All under a blanket. Your biggest mover of the race so far in each class. We're looking at P6 overall. Actually, I lied. No, yeah, P6 in class, sorry. Plus 3 spots for the pros. It's Tyler Hammond. Plus 4 in the GT3 Pro-Ams. You're looking at John Weinreich. And then in the GT4s, we were just talking about them in the 077 plus 5 spots. Currently 6th in class, it's Ryan Miller, and he is running about a tenth and a half off the race leaders. He's closing in on Langevin and Morse. As Langevin with a really good lap that time by a 1:52.94. As Miller is now getting passed by Daniel Nass right into the chicane. That was a textbook pass by the 95.
Getting crazy around here again.
Yeah, I've started noticing that. The action is definitely picking up.
Slapping a tickle on the bumper of that BMW.
I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Or that phrasing before.
Careful, the 206 is now getting by. That's last week's winner in the Pro-Am. Kenneth Clogden, as he's trying to get by some of the GT4s in hope to wheel in Brian Scott, who is 7 seconds ahead, leading the Pro-Am drivers. See him in the McLaren.
3 wide. I just saw 3 wide. Oh, that was scary.
Oh, we got Chet Miller in 3. And that was the one that made the 3 wide move.
Yeah. And then he ended up blowing the chicane.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Delano with an issue. The 666 in the GT4s. Oh, he was airborne. And is he going to jump to pit road? Yes, he is.
That's a very unlucky number.
That ends up breaking the car when you get airborne, unfortunately.
Lincoln Shaw and Nathan Bigart, 3.5 tenths, separating the two of them for second overall. On board with Bigart once again as he is really trying to close in, heading up towards the chicane, the final one on this racing circuit. Joe, talk about some of the engineering that these GT3s kind of go into with trying to get over these curbs. Because they're making it look easy, but they are bouncing off these curbs.
Well, some of those bigger turtles that this track has, you don't really want to touch those, but to soak up the curbs a little bit, you're going to play around with your shock settings. Mainly your high-speed settings, because when you hit that curb, it goes and sends that shock. It gives it a jolt, and you want you want to be able to control that jolt. So when you're tuning these cars to try to soak up curbs, that's where you want to start.
Just looking at our leaders, Daniel Pino, last time by, just puts another qualifying lap on the board, extends his lead to 7.5 seconds, a 1:41.5.
You got one on pit road.
That is Connor Morse coming to pit road with Drake May on the hood. Boy, they played pretty good against the Bills, huh?
Sure did.
Oh, sure did.
I was so happy about that. All I care about is beat the AFC East. All I care about. And don't lose to the Jets.
Oh God.
I don't think you'd want to lose to those people.
Justin Bach in the 776 on your screen with Sim Coach on the side of that Aston Martin, closing in on Tyler Hammond right in front in the McLaren.
Oh, we got one
here he
around.
goes.
Justin Bach. Yep, he's around.
Okay,
That's a
maybe,
commentator curse.
maybe there is a commentator curse.
I told you.
And Joe, I'm looking at pit times. A 20-second pit stop. I don't think that's enough to take tires.
That's fuel only.
And some of these drivers have already come down pit road, like Thomas Hidalgo, Liam Habol, Connor Morse. All so far have come down pit road. Christopher Coy currently on pit road with the Mercedes in the GT3s. It really starting to look like passing is becoming an issue for a lot of these drivers. We've seen Big Art get to Shaw right about 0.3 of a second, and that's where Big Art stalls out.
Ooh.
Jacob Cotterman now
95, 77, 87. GT4 cars. What? 87's off track.
Langevin off track and right in front of Cameron. That Taco Bell is getting a lot of airtime.
Liv Moss. Actually, aren't they doing the decades thing? They're doing Y2K right now.
Yes, they are. They're doing the Y2K thing.
Yeah.
Ryan Miller trying to keep Daniel Noss behind him as we are 24.5 minutes into the race. We're going to an hour. We should be seeing pit stops relatively soon, as here comes Chet Miller in the one and only Corvette in the field.
We don't judge.
No, but I'm going to ask Mike Campiggio to put on a little bit of a crew chief hat. What would you be telling your driver to do leading up to the pit stop?
Well, I would be telling them to make sure that you hitting your marks, keep making sure your tires are not too worn, and making sure you get on the pit road safe and sound, get your pit road speed limiter, and it's just like we're not going to take too much fuel to get us to the end, and depending on how they are on doing on their tires, maybe you don't take tires.
And it looks like we won't see them really take tires. We're just looking at pit times. Just Chet Miller, 23 seconds on a pit time. Like we've said, I don't think they're taking tires, and if you're a crew chief, I'd be stressing. Just keep them under you. Don't burn them off. They're the only ones you're gonna have. Or do you take that gamble? Do you take the
You know,
gamble, take tires, be the fastest car on the racetrack, but do you have enough time as Weinreich and Cotterman almost get into the final chicane?
What's the old saying? If you follow the leader, you're probably gonna behind the leader. So it's like, if you want to risk it, do it. See what happens.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Who is going to drop the hammer and put tires on their vehicle? As Jed Cotterman, Weinreich, both on pit road. It looks like the GT3 Pro-Ams are having some of their drivers hit pit road before the GT3 Pros. As Brian Scott in the Pro-Ams continuing to extend his lead 11.5 seconds over Kenneth Clogden. Oh, we have had a pass in the GT4s. Daniel Noss, Ryan Miller into the first chicane.
Still been fun to watch.
It looked like a textbook pass into the chicane.
Blankenshaw's on pit road from second.
And so is Daniel Pino from first. Bigart has taken the race lead. There goes to 17, who we saw around earlier, trying to make his way back up the running order. Pino, Shaw, Steiner, Scott, Bowden, Heyman, and Hart all on pit road, and this is all before that 30-minute mark. They must know they can make it to the end, or they're pulling it. We're not going to. Might as well get on pit road, take everything, and come back for a splash later. Robbie Dorton, this is the High Point Racing League, their GT Challenge. Got the GT3s split in between Pro and Pro-Am, and the GT4s on the racetrack. Started the race with 33 drivers on course, as we are still seeing drivers on pit road, as it looks like Baxter and Ozer in the GT3 Pro-Ams on pit road. This looks like it'll be a fun battle coming out of pit road. Pro Avery Hart to Pro-Am Chet Miller. Half a second separating the two of them. They were side by side exiting pit road. And it looks like Aiden Kelly has just been given a black flag for too many incidents, as Bigart and Duquette now coming to pit road. That should give Daniel Pino the race lead once again, as he is hitting the front stretch. There it is. Let's see how big of a gap Daniel is going to end up with by the time he gets to that front chicane. About 12 seconds. He's been keeping it right around that 11-12 second mark for almost 5 or 6 minutes now. Joe, I think you say it best. He's really controlling the race with his pace.
Oh yeah, easily.
Gap management.
Yep.
Ryan Serlich, leader in the GT4s on pit road, right there on your screen, gives it up to Cole Maley. And here comes Nas, Campbell, Miller. Oh, boy, we clicked on him and he's gonna go around.
Oh!
Ouch.
And doesn't hit the wall. Can he get that can Cameron get that Mercedes going again and possibly take it right to pit road? Yes, he will. Philip Caffrey and Thomas Hidalgo, they were side by side for a little bit as Caffrey is really slow right now. He down? Not down it. He's saving fuel.
Wow.
Never thought I'd see it. Caffrey hit pit road on lap 17, so this time by he hit pit road and just pull it off and just coast into these turns. Either he knows something or he accidentally didn't take enough fuel. In just 3 turns, Thomas Hidalgo in front of him has put almost 5 seconds on him.
The 888 was in the litter box a little bit ago.
Steven Smith and Avery Hart. Avery trying to come back for having issues earlier on in the race as they are within a half a second of each other. And Joe, you said the 888?
Oh, you got another one right there in the litter box.
Ooh. I think that's the... Yep, that is the 75.
No, that is. AJ,
This is not a Unimog, sir.
AJ, we have a lovely question from one of our viewers in the YouTube chat asking, it's Robbie Dorton asking, what race league is this? Oh, you did?
Yes.
Hey, beating me to the punch.
I have so many jokes. Welcome back, Mike.
I know. You can tell it's been a while, right?
Big Stain made a song about that.
Yes, they did.
Been a while. A lot of black flags we see going through the field. Justin Bach, Liam Hobol, and James Langevin, all with black flags. See if this gap will close up. You see Avery.
Oh,
Hart,
Ryan Miller.
Steven Smith.
Ryan Miller's, he's in the gravel. Got back on at 077. He was in the gravel.
Unimog.
Yeah, a little bit too deep. A little bit too deep.
Just a tad. Makes me wonder if Daniel Nass was kind of getting too close.
Just a bit outside.
Hearing footsteps. Ryan Miller, Lance Campbell, the two of them nose to tail. Mercedes versus Porsche.
Two iconic brands going head to head.
Just notice something.
Jawohl.
We're in Italy and there's no Ferraris.
What?
That's disappointing.
That's a travesty.
There's
At least we have Lamborghinis.
There's Ford, Lamborghini, BMW, McLaren. There's a Corvette, Aston Martin, Mercedes.
No Ferrari.
Hey, Enzo. Hey, Enzo, a Ford is leading this race.
Well, unfortunately, here we won't have Ford v Ferrari.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter.
We'll just have Ford.
Lance Campbell in the 119, closing in on Ryan Miller in the 077. You can see the battle right there on your screen. That punches a hell of a hole as they're going in really tight. Little bit of contact. Oh my god, I missed the oh!
Uh-huh. AJ's like, I won't have to turn him back down again.
Ah, darn it. Jed Cotterman, is blinking out.
Hey, blinked out.
Is it just for me or you guys too?
On my screen, he was gone for a little bit.
Okay, good. Don't scare me like that. Jed and Avery, two GT3 drivers, but in two different classes. Jed currently back up to P3 in the Pro-Am, and Avery -4 sitting in the 6th spot in class. Trying to make up some ground. Really do think IMOLA has a really nice balance of speed and cornering. You know, you have the 3 chicanes, you have 2 hairpins that are completely different, and you have multiple decently long straightaways with elevation changes.
So you could say it's very technical in a sense.
Yeah. You can't just have speed. You have to be able to corner these vehicles. And I really think just looking at lap times and incident points, you really have to be good to get around here. Just looking at Daniel Pino, 41.56, that's 4/10 faster than P2. And that's almost a full second ahead of P3 as Thomas Hidalgo is now coming to pit road. I think for his second time. Oh, Aiden Kelly in the GT4s in the 115. Ooh, is he kitty litter bound?
Oh.
No, not
He's
kitty litter
grass
bound,
brown.
but definitely
No,
flat
but-
spotted a tire.
He took touching grass literally.
Looking for some
Folks,
close
I'm trying to
battles
get
we
AJ to
had.
blow beverage out of his nose.
I stopped drinking the minute you got up in this broadcast booth, pal.
It wasn't like me earlier when I made him do it.
No, you came out of like left field,
Uh-huh.
and it looks like my Yankees are about to lose. So, bummer.
Can we do the happy dance? You got 2 White Sox fans here.
Yeah,
I know.
get used to
You
it.
guys will do a happy dance if you could win like 60 games.
We did.
It doesn't help when our owner doesn't spend money, so.
Yeah.
Carlos, what's going on, pal? Welcome to the party, dude.
Hey, Carlos. Good seeing you.
Jed Cotterman right behind Avery Hart, and then about almost 2 seconds back, it is Steven Smith. Both Avery, Jed, and Steven trying to get some positions back, as if you were here earlier in the race, having a lot of issues finding the kitty litter and the sand. Didn't hit anything, but lost multiple positions. At one point, Jed Cotterman, well, in class in the GT3 Pro-Ams, was -7 spots. And he's fought all the way back to 3rd in Pro-Am.
Boys, we're at the 20-minute remaining mark already.
At what point does the intensity pick up for a lot of these drivers?
Close battles. Let's see, your 2-3 battle in the Pro-Am class, your 3-4 battle should pick up here soon. Or wait, that number just changed dramatically. Never mind. Let's see.
Lance Campbell, he's sideways, kept it going.
Campbell.
He like Tokyo Drift that.
I say we were in Japan on Monday. Joe and myself hit a flight and landed in Hiroshima really early Tuesday morning.
I have jet lag.
For
I said
anybody who
this
doesn't
earlier.
know, that is Rome. He went to the racetrack. I went to go see family. So he went north. I went south.
I didn't go to the racetrack. I went and got food.
You don't have to look far.
You guys must be having the Pat McAfee traveling experience.
Ryan
private
Miller
plane.
coming to pit road. And here it is, Jed Cotterman surrounded by GT3 Pro drivers. Keeping them at bay. Doing a really good job staying ahead of Steven Smith. Yeah, me and my cousins went down to Naples, to the coast. There's a beautiful, and if anybody has been to Italy and Naples, there's a beautiful, right on the water fort. And you can climb all the way up to the top and see how they would kind of protect the coast there with it. If we had time, I was gonna go up Vesuvius, and we didn't have time.
I have so many jokes. I can't say them on stream.
So tonight we're at the racetrack. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow Pino, Scott, and Serlick, your 3 leaders in each class. Pino with just about a 5.3 second lead over Bigart. Scott with a 14 second lead over Kenneth Cloden. And then Serlick with a 20 second lead over Cole Malley. The only thing that could really hurt the only 2 things that could really hurt these drivers: traffic and a mental lapse to go off track. We've seen it happen before. And these drivers keep it together for just another 17 or so minutes.
I would have a mental lapse. I'm old.
I've seen you in a race car, Joe. One mental lapse leads into like 10 of them. And then you deafen yourself, and then you're fine.
Well, why you gotta call me out like that? God.
Steve Smith still behind Jed Cotterman. To the 169. Just right in the wake of the 7. Can't make the pass. Is continuing to run about a 10th faster a lap. But at one point, are we going to see Steve try to make the pass and then try to go after Avery Hart? Does it happen? Honestly, I really don't know. Cotterman is on older fuel. Came on lap 15 to Steve Smith 17. They didn't take tires.
Oh, I got 72s around. And he's not happy with somebody.
No. Did he get on a banana peel? Oh, he just
might have got red spelled.
He went long.
I hit the gravel again. There's a little shredded gravel. Why?
Oh no.
And debris on the racetrack, all that gravel in the turn, slips on it.
I got more on the tires too.
That has dropped him two spots overall and only 1 spot in class, but completely takes him out of a possible top 5 in the GT3 Pro-Ams. As we are under 15 minutes to go into tonight's race. We are going to step away. We'll be right back. You guys aren't going to miss a thing. We got to pay some bills. We'll be right back.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Goldberg goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to All Star 15 TV. We are under 10 minutes to go here for the High Point Racing League, the GT Challenge. While we were on break, Avery Hart, after clawing his way back through the hairpin, is going to lose it behind Cameron Kilma. And there goes a bunch of drivers right along by him. He's going to fall from 5th in class all the way down to 7th in class. Another driver with a problem, our Sebring winner in the GT3 Pro, It's Jacob Cotterman. We had him have an incident earlier. This one's not as bad, but goes off the racetrack and immediately jumps back on. Sticking now with Jed Cotterman right behind Kenneth Cloden. That is for P2 in the Pro-Am. Mustang, first Mustang, half a second separating the two of them. Jed has done a great job to close back into Kenneth with under 10 minutes to go. Can he make it work? He's listening to the broadcast.
Uh-oh.
Jed Cotterman goes off track. Gonna lose a couple spots overall. I don't think he's going to lose P3 in class, but he is definitely forfeited his shot at P2 unless something happens to Kenneth. Steve Smith has hit the gas pedal. He's starting to move up the leaderboards. He is now 8th overall, 6th in class, closing in on Kenneth and also closing in on Spencer, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to chew out 16 seconds out of Duquette. But Nathan Bigart, fastest lap of the race, a 1:41.42, a tenth and a half faster than Pino. But we have an issue now with Connor Morse. He's had to jump to pit road. The Patriot car has gone off track for the final time. Has contact with the 95.
Oof.
Daniel Nass. They kind of door bang. Morris clips the grass on the right side and then just can't keep the car under control. Well, let's see what we got, boys. It looks like Bigart has found something with just over 6 minutes to go left in the race. He's closing in on race leader Daniel Pino. Last time by was over 6 tenths. It's only 2 seconds. If he can hit like what he did last time by and have a 6/10 plus, he's gonna get there and get there fast. As they are jumping back onto the front straightaway. Now just 2 seconds separating the two of them. Let's see the difference here. We'll throw up these sectors for the two of them.
That Lamborghini is coming.
That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, he's making a move in on him.
700s in Sector 1. You're looking at the 88 of Pino under 2 seconds. A 5-sector racetrack. And there they both are right there on your screen. Almost 3/10 in Sector 2, guys. This is going to come down to the wire. Maybe not, the way it's going. The only thing I feel like that's going to hurt Pino the most is if they catch even more slower lap traffic.
Yes, there is traffic ahead, so...
Another 2/10.
He's flashing his lights, too.
If I'm Bigart, I'd be licking my chops. He definitely has the faster vehicle late in tonight's race. Ford versus Lamborghini. Sector 4 does go back to Bigart, but that's only 300s. Oh, I'm looking at lap times. This might be the fastest lap of the race for Bigart here. They both crossed the line. With a 142.13 to Bigart.
Oh, we got somebody off in front of them. Got the kitty litter going up.
As I am looking, it's Ryan Serlick, the leader in the GT4s, who had a 30-second lead when he got off the racetrack. I think he's going to be fine.
He'll be perfectly fine.
Look at his lap traffic in front of the leader.
This
Side
could
by
be a
side.
problem.
Coming down to 3:35 remaining.
.119.
Oh!
8.
Oh, he's got to run. That might have killed him a little bit with that Liv Moss car.
There's the gap between the two of them. Back to 1.2. 3 minutes to go. And Big Art still faster, very, very slightly, but still faster. This is your closest battle for position on the racetrack. We are going to keep it right here. Down to 1. That Lamborghini has found some speed, but can he get to Daniel Pino?
It's like he's going to need like one big move on him.
Has Daniel done just enough to hold on to the race win and class win? 9/10. Down to 8.5 tenths. Getting into the final chicane. They should be getting the white flag this time by. Back up to a full second between the two of them. Pino does get a little bit of time back in sector 4.
Gonna come down this last step.
Big Art got a very nice run coming out of the final turn. Across the start-finish line they go. Barney the flagman not waving the white flag.
So we're gonna have 2 laps to go.
Seven tenths. Mind you, everybody, this was about 5 to 6 seconds, possibly 20 minutes ago.
This is the closest that he's been.
Big Art with the fastest sector 1
Lap
time
traffic.
of the race.
We got lap traffic ahead. Flashing the lights.
Half a second separating. These two right-handers, the vehicles get very light and they fight back up to the hill to the final chicane.
He got a very good run.
4 tenths. Oh, Jesus, everybody.
Nathan is beating Daniel in the braking zones by far.
And this should be the white flag coming up.
And they go back to the front stretch. Still a half a second separating the two of them. And no, this is the checkered flag. We missed Barney the flagman waving it. Daniel Pino is going to win in Italy.
Oh, wow. iRacing needs to fix that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
and there was Barney again. Not waving a flag.
Yeah, iRacing needs to inform people watching that there's a.
Last lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't even send it to the timing and scoring. Looking at Brian Scott, as Ryan Serlich has going to take the checkered flag in the GT4s. We're only waiting for the 46 of Brian Scott. Pure domination in the GT3 Pro-Ams.
88's doing donuts.
I don't blame him. And there it is. Scott, the winner in the GT3 Pro-Ams. Joe, I'm going to ask you this because I know recently you were in a endurance race where you were significantly the fastest vehicle on the racetrack. What's the feeling?
What?
What's the feeling thinking that you were just maybe a lap or two from taking the lead and the race is over?
It's hard. It sucks. You feel dejected at the end. You know, you're just like, wow, this isn't right. But you know, you take what you get. You know, and you move on to the next race.
Do you take anything from how fast you were, and do you pat yourself on the back that, hey, we were able to still do this, or do you just try to kick it out of your mind and, like you said, move on to the next race?
You move on to the next one.
That was a Bill Belichick answer there.
We're on to Cincinnati.
You're welcome. You wanted it. You wanted it. You got it.
Straightforward to the point.
Now let's have a conversation with our leader, or our winner, in the GT4s, even going off track in turn number 1, able to still pull away a 28-second win over Cole Malley. It's Ryan Serlich. Ryan, congratulations, pal.
Thank you. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to say something.
How was it out there? Because it looked absolutely pure chaos to start this race, and then it felt like people were starting to get the hang of how this racetrack was going to be with how hot it was.
Yeah, it was definitely a chaotic one. I feel like the GT3s still have not learned that, you know, waiting 2 seconds and going up the inside will be better than going around the outside. So, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know if they were better than VIR. It's not like more. It's definitely not over half of the field, but there are definitely more than a couple that just seem to be a recurring issue. So, if I feel like if you know how to navigate GT3s, that means more than just having raw pace at this point with how rough it is out there. But no, it was a good race. A lot of off tracks. I feel like that was the case for everyone.
Yeah, I'm happy we didn't make it a drinking game up here.
Yeah.
But dude, an absolute pure domination of a race on your end, even with, like you mentioned, the off tracks. But Italy seems to be nice to you. But after tonight, we hop a plane back to the U.S. Road America next week. I know somebody up in the broadcast booth is fully in love with that racetrack. What are we expecting out out of the 048 next week?
I absolutely hate Road America. So, yeah,
that sounds like fighting words.
Dude, if it was a track or if it was a person, it wouldn't be very alive, I guess.
Well, Ryan, it seemed like you really liked IMOLA. I know a lot of drivers were bouncing in the chat earlier today about how much of a crapshoot this was going to be, but it ended up being a lot of fun to broadcast. Got any sponsors you'd like to plug before you go out partying for the GT4 win?
Twin Turn Sim Racing, my 2 teammates, Ryan and Connor. Struggle a little bit, but it was fun trying to coach them. So those are my only 2 3 shout outs.
All right, brother. Well, thank you for coming talking with us. Congratulations on the GT4 win, and we'll see you back in the States next week.
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
All right, that was Ryan Surlick. Let's talk to the winner in the GT3 Pro-Am. Brian Scott with the win
How's it
by
going?
28 seconds over Kenneth, dude.
Oh wow. Yeah, I got lucky this week and didn't Bennett in like lap one like I did the last 2 weeks. So I was really happy about that, and I didn't get a drive through. You know, this place is pretty bad with incident points.
Oh, yeah, we saw. But yeah, you mentioned lap one and how chaotic it was. You were able to survive, and by the end of lap one, I think you had about a 3 second lead, and you just built upon it all race. I know you mentioned not breaking the car, bending the car, the incident points, but what allowed you to put on such a show as you did and lead from point to point basically in the GT3 Pro-Ams?
I just tried to just focus on staying consistent, not trying to push too hard. You know, just keep the tires as cool as I could and make them last throughout the end instead of trying to slip and slide everywhere. You know, just trying to just keep it on the track and just keep the gap. Kept going and going, so I was happy about that, and trying not to run over too many of the GT4 cars. You know, that's not easy sometimes. It's, you know, I think I misjudged one or two and about hit them, but you know, I kept from bumping into them or anything.
Well, with tonight's race here at IMOLA, with how hot the track was, it looked like it was an issue for a lot of drivers. In what way were you able to not be one of the casualties? I know you mentioned, you know, misjudging a GT4 car, but able to go from point to point tonight. How does this, if at all, go towards what we're going to next week with the huge racetrack that is Road America?
Yeah, I saw the hotter track temps than what I was used to in practice earlier this week, so I just bumped my brake bias up like a percent. Instead of running like 52, I just set it up to 53. That way it's just a little bit more stable, and that way I just didn't have any spins or anything like that. So that's pretty much it. But Road America, I love Road America, so that'll be a fun track.
There you go, Joe. We go from one that absolutely hates Road America to somebody who loves Road America. So you can be happy again, Joe.
I'm happy.
But Brian,
I didn't know people hated on that track. I thought everybody loved Road America. You can actually pass, you can race. There's room, you know.
We had Ryan up here talking about his GT4 win, and he says I absolutely hate Road America. But dude, before we let you go and you celebrate the GT3 Pro Amateur win, got any sponsors you'd like to plug? Because it looks like your beautiful 46 is fully decked out on that McLaren.
No sponsors. It's just a livery I picked up off of Trading Paints. I just like the black and green. And but
fair enough.
Yeah, just a shout out to everybody that we race with every week, man. We got some really fun guys to race with. You know, pretty respectful. That and Daniel and Nathan, man, those guys are just stupid fast. I don't know how they do it, but it's fun to try to keep up with them. I think poor Steiner. I think he ran out of fuel like right at the end or something, because I stayed right on him, but I just could. It took me forever to try to catch up to him.
We were watching a couple of drivers that took a pit stop right around lap 15, 16, and immediately come out of pit road, and they're coasting in the corners, and we were like, you didn't take enough. And sure as anything, we were right. They ended up having to come down pit road, or they ended up running out.
Yeah, I usually take an extra lap. I know it adds a little bit more to your pit stop, but I've seen too many people push it way too close on fuel. I think last season I passed Jed at the end because he ran out right before Parabolica on Monza, because that one's a tough one on fuel. I think you usually got to make 2 stops on that anyways, but unless you just do a heavy save. But I don't know if it's worth it because all the time you lose.
Yeah, and that's the stuff I like. That's why I have two crew chiefs up in the broadcast booth with me, because they'll both bring up strategy, and there'll be two different ones, and we kind of like to see which strategy these drivers are going to take. But Brian, thank you for talking with us. It's been a pleasure. Congratulations on your GT3 Pro-Am win, dude.
All right, appreciate it, man. You guys have a good one.
Take care. We'll see you at Road America next week. All right, a little bit of a sidebar. We didn't get to talk to Kenneth last week, so we're going to talk to Kenneth this week. At VIR last week, Kenneth comes away with the GT3 Pro-Am win. Oh. Kenneth, can you hear us?
Yep, now I could.
There you go. Hey, I know we're a week late, but we kind of had some misinformation last week, so I almost talked to somebody that we shouldn't have. But VIR, you are the leader, winner, and you come into tonight at IMOLA. But how was VIR last week?
I liked the track. I didn't have the pace right off the bat, but once I settled into it, I have like real experience at that track. So I do like the track, and and it it was a lot of fun. But like I said, I felt good going into the race, and I was like, oh man, Jed has a lot of pace. But it started settling down, and I just usually like to get into my rhythm and just let the race work out for itself, and it usually does. I was a little disappointed though, because I was trying to chase down the leader, and I'm like, how is he so fast as a pro-am? Because like he's he's with the fast guys, and it's like, no, you won afterwards. I was like, all right, that's good. So
it was news to us too, but once we got told that everything was a little wonky, yeah, I was like, let's talk to Kenneth this week. I was gonna pull you pre-race, but I couldn't find you in the Discord. But it's good to talk to you now. Let's have a little bit of tonight. How was it? How was Imola tonight? With all the chaos that started the race.
I sort of got around it, but I lost a little bit to the leaders, and I think that cost me because I lost the draft. So I ran a lot of the race with my own pace, with nobody pulling me. And then my crew chief was telling me after I pitted that, oh, we're gonna have to pit again, and I'm like, I shouldn't have to pit. So I started slowing up again, and that led Jed back into the picture. And I don't like doing that because we go at it until somebody makes a mistake. So, and then my crew chief, like a lap later, is like, oh, go, we have plenty of fuel to the end. So I don't know what was going on with that, but that made me lose about another 4 or 5 seconds. But once that came in, I got back into my pace again, and just, was running with, who is it? I think it was Pat, but he made me make a mistake going down the hill. So I lost 7th and fell back to 9th, but still 2nd place. I'll take it in my division.
All right, dude. Well, before we let you go, I know you got the hooligan car, but are there any sponsors you'd like or people to thank you'd like to plug before we let you go? Enjoy the P2 tonight and the win last week.
Just thank you guys. You're doing a great job. I know you're new this season for us, but it was fun watching the replays so far. Carlos, for putting on High Point Racing, and all the other people in High Point Racing that make everything work. And I always give a shout out to my grandson, Dimitro. He 3 years old, loves watching this stuff. So tomorrow when I babysit, I'll put on a replay and he'll watch it, and he'll yell, "There's Pop Up, there's Pop Up." So I always like giving him a shout out.
Well, now that we know that, we'll throw a shout out every week to him.
All right, that's awesome, and I'll make sure he watches.
Well, we used to do that on the channel when I did a dirt league years ago, and his niece used to watch, and he would drive an identical car to what she would run in real life, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And we'd get like her updates on how she was doing. But yeah, I like it when you get the next generation involved.
Yeah, hopefully. He's a little young right now. I do put him on like the Xbox he loves monster trucks, so that's all he does, monster truck videos, and has all like the little Monster Jam trucks. He probably has over 300 of them now. So every time I come over, he's like, "Pop Up, you have a new one for me?" So I told him I ran out of them. They don't have no more to get. I have to wait till they come out with new ones. So,
All right, brother. Well, thanks for coming and
yep.
talking with us.
Oh, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Good luck next week at Road Atlanta.
All right, thanks. Have a good night, guys.
See ya, pal. All right. It is time to talk to our overall winner in the nail biter of the GT3 Pros, Daniel Pino. Daniel, how you doing?
All good, man. Chicken dinner.
Winner chicken dinner indeed. But you were getting chased down for the last 10 or so minutes by Nathan Bigart. What was it like in your helmet as you saw that 0-1 get closer and closer and closer to your back bumper?
Uh, in theory, I have all the strategy in my mind. Like, I first want to escape from Nathan in the first half, and I know that I had to save fuel in the second half. So I exit the pit like for 9 seconds of gap with Nathan. So I use all the gap to full save fuel because I had to save like 0.5 gallons. So when Nathan was like 3 seconds of me, now the porter saying that you can send the car. You are good in fuel. So I start to send the car. But the problem is that traffic, man. I got bad luck in the traffic. So he closed me like 1 second in the last lap, and well, thankfully it's taking me the white flag. If take one more, I am dead. And I don't take tires. He obviously he takes tires.
It was great to watch from up in the broadcast booth, and it was very much entertaining to see a battle like that between two high skilled drivers with two completely different strategies on board. um I'd be curious. I don't want to take your win away, not at all, but I'd be curious to see if we had another lap to see how you'd be able to defend and how he would try to get around you. You said you might be dead, but we've watched you race the last 2 weeks. I think you would hold your own very, very well. But enough of the battle for the win. How is your car? I know you said you were saving a little bit, and some of the GT4 traffic was a little tough to get around. But how was your car out there?
Uh, well, the car was good. I mean, I don't know if you see in one moment that I hit with a GT4 in the Senna Aces. And I got with damage in that moment. That was after the pit. So yeah, traffic in the first half, I was so like in traffic, like always in the straights, or I just sent the car in the good moment to take a good turn. But in the last half, I got full bad luck. Like GT4 were together, P1, P2, P3, P4. So to pass one, you had to be side by side with the other one. So it's a lot of bad luck.
Yeah,
And
it looked like you were catching them all in the bad spots. It really did.
yeah, yeah, and the well, when Nathan comes, and I know that in one more lap, like 1v1, he probably got me. Like I can defend, and I can probably be P1 till the last double chicane. But then he will send the car in the last. He will be so close to me, so in the draft he will kill me. So it's like it will be a drag race, I think, into the final. Because the IMOLA is not a big track to pass, so I can survive defending. But clearly in the last turn, he will send the car.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was getting a really good exit out of the final turn and down the front straightaway every single time. It was literally a race down to that first chicane, and you would be the victor to that almost every time. And it looks like the passing zones were for the most part those chicanes, and who was going to try to outbreak the other driver. But you come out the winner. You win once again. Love talking to you. But next week we have Road America. What are we expecting from Daniel and the '88 Ford Mustang at Road America?
Well, I hope I got another chicken dinner. Royal America is my prime. It's literally my prime, especially in the Mustang. I think Mustang is the main in that truck. So if I don't win, I will I will go to the window. And I don't know.
All right, Daniel. Well, thank you for coming talking with us, pal. I know I asked you this last week. Do you have any people you'd like to plug and thank before we let you go celebrate the overall win and the GT3 Pro win?
Yeah, always David that hit the delivery, delivery for High Pound Racing, for me, for Laken, Carlos that make these leagues and make a good work. To the pro teams that we will run the 24 hours IMOLA this Saturday in pro team.
Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, man. Thanks. I hope we got a good result.
I thought 24 hours at Lamar Daytona was difficult. This track is significantly tighter and a lot more problem spots.
Yeah.
But
we will have to be careful in prototypes.
Yeah, good luck with you and your team in that. If it's being streamed, I might tune in for a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for talking with us. Always a pleasure. And we'll see you at Road America next week and see if that Ford Mustang can put a molly whopping on the field.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
All right. That is your overall winner and your GT3 Pro winner, Daniel Pino. And Joe, I'll start with you. Take us home.
This was a very entertaining race. Again, chaos at the beginning, and it was a hot track. It was going to be slick. These guys learned what they could and couldn't do, and made the best of it. And the drivers that adapted the best are standing on the podium.
Yes, sir. And Mike, for your returning broadcasting, I had it completely set up in my head and I completely botched it like that leg drop at NXT last night.
Yeah, it's all right there, AJ. But yeah, very entertaining race for sure. Really good finish there at the end, especially for the overall win. That was very entertaining to watch. Very impressed, and I'm looking forward to going to Road America next week. Made a little bit shorter drive from my house up to there, so it'd be nice to not be jet lagged. So looking forward to it. I was gonna say not here, but next week I will be.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow. Next broadcast on the channel is Monday. We might have a special NASCAR broadcast, possibly tomorrow night with the new game coming out. I don't know yet. It depends on how I feel and how the youngling upstairs feels if I can get that done. But we'll have some NASCAR 25 stuff coming out shortly. But yeah, we have Road America next week. We have Watkins Glen on Monday and Road America on Wednesday. 2 tracks that I think the 3 of us up in the broadcast booth absolutely love. But take care. Be safe. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice holiday on Monday if we don't see you. Bye, everybody.
Deuces.